Great Eastern Models today, and we have got the fabulous award-winning ACCURASCALE here. This is Paul Isles. He's the PM of ACCURASCALE. He's going to show us some of the EP samples, some of the decorated samples, and what to expect from ACCURASCALE over the coming months and even years. So welcome, Paul.
Welcome, Anne. Thank you.
What have you got to show us first then?
Well, we've got a little tour here through, like you say, through bits and pieces that we've got on offer. I guess as we're here in Norwich, East Anglia, first up has to be the Buckjumpers.
These are incredibly exciting, incredibly beautiful. The samples are here. There's 4 different ones here. They're absolutely superb, and this has come from the model at Bressingham. So, Paul, do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I mean, as you well know, the number 87 at Bressingham was safe for preservation. It's the only one surviving out of the Buckjumpers, but we've got a range of locomotives, of tank locomotives, 060s, that were used in passenger services, in shunting services, mainly across East Anglia into Liverpool Street, but also up into Scotland as well. So,
fabulous.
You know, early days, 1920s, these would have been used on the suburban services into London, and then as other more powerful engines come in, they drifted out into more rural services as well.
So the one I've seen at Bressingham is in GER blue.
It's in Stratford version of GER blue. So what you will see, so with the GER version that we're offering is in the ultramarine, it's in that really vivid sort of bluey red colour. That's the proper Great Eastern blue.
So that will be available to our customers, will it?
That's right, yes.
Oh, that's going to be incredibly popular. So obviously ACCURASCALE are not just focusing on East Anglia. You've got 4 different ones here. Are you doing any BR ones as well?
Yes, there'll be BR versions of these in early and late crest as well. So we've kind of, in the first run, we've kind of got a variety on offer, and then obviously as we move into second run, we'll start filling in the gaps as well. There's so much variety with these, it will keep us going for years and years.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So when can we expect these in the shops?
We're looking into the shops about this time next year. So we've got a couple more phases to go through. So the next versions that we'll be showing to the public and to yourselves will be the decorated samples.
Brilliant.
And that's where the factory combines the artwork with the EPs and then creates, you know, the versions that hopefully will look like the finished versions.
Brilliant. So our customers can now order them direct with us.
They can order them direct with you. Yeah, just pop in and place your orders.
Thank you. So this is the Buckjumper, available next year, but orders are being taken now. Please get your orders in. It's going to be incredibly popular.
I think that's the thing, get your orders in early, because especially once we get to the decorated samples, we tend to see demand going up.
So please, 01603 431 457 if you'd like to order through Great Eastern Models. We've got lots more here, so we'll just move on. Now these are really exciting me.
This is our first foray into O gauge locomotives. Obviously we've done the wagons beforehand, but yeah, this is our first O gauge locomotive.
I was going to say they're slightly bigger than the double O. So,
Indeed, yes.
But it's a great choice because it's a small loco, and as a lot of people have said, who runs a massive loco? Yeah. Who runs a massive layout in O gauge and their home?
Especially, you know, like you say, home layouts. You know, probably 80% of home layouts are end to end in some form or shape.
Yes, we definitely find that in the shop.
That's the market we want to tap into with the first one, and we want to encourage people to look outside of N or OO and just start experimenting with O gauge as well. And you know, as we go through and the journey through the various samples and the various decoration samples, we'll be doing a number of videos ourselves to show how you can model a small end-to-end, a small diorama, and then work up. So yeah, it's about taking those steps and looking outside of
Brilliant.
our.
So I see with your samples you've got a DC version.
That's right.
You've also got a DCC fitted version.
That's it, and it's part and parcel. So the EPs have come in, they've only been with me for a couple of weeks. So, and part of that process is to test them on DCC as well as DC. Now, you know, there's not a lot of functions to it. It's basically shunting lights cab lighting, but it's also seeing how they run. And with being a shunting engine, it's got to have that slow creep to it.
Absolutely. Will there be a sound version?
There will be a sound version. So like a lot of,
excellent.
we brought a lot of the ideas over from OO. So the speakers will be permanently fitted.
Brilliant.
So it's just a case of either buying, you know, your favourite chip for DCC control, or if you want to go DCC sound, you buy your sound chip, you plug it in, it's all ready to go for sound.
That is great. I'm so excited that ACCURASCALE are doing O gauge, and we already sell a lot of O gauge. We're finding that people are moving up a scale and they want more and more choice.
It is, you know, it's a larger scale to work in. It's nearer what we might call a modeller's scale, because being larger, being 1/43, it sits in that lovely quarter scale.
It does, and the detail is superb. I can see it already, how great the detail is. On a bigger size, it really shows up more, doesn't it?
It's making better use of the detail. So it's not necessarily, you know, we're not trying to add more parts for the sake of adding more parts. It's about making the detail more accessible. So opening up vents, the horn has got a deeper reset, so it's making better use of the detail.
And livery wise, will there be an option? Are they all going to be black? Or?
Oh no, we've got
okay.
plenty of liveries. So
excellent.
We have 9 liveries on offer at the moment.
Wow, these can already be ordered via Great Eastern?
They can indeed,
Yeah,
yes.
excellent.
And we've got everything from, if you like, a standard Ruston Lincoln Green,
Yep.
through the BR Blue, through the BR Green versions, because some of the, one in particular worked at Reading, that was in BR Blue. BR Green was up in the northeast. We then got options for the NCB, we've got options for small industrial use. Everything's modelled on existing versions.
Okay.
But then, you know, as we go through, there'll be more in industrial green and different options thrown in. So, you know, it's
There'll be a lot of choice for the customer.
trying to
Lots
throw a
and lots of
wide
choice.
spread so that modellers can take it on.
Excellent. And these are coming out at a very good price as well.
Yes, we've got these. Well, we like to think they're a good price.
Well, for an O gauge loco, they're a very good price.
The
yeah.
RRP on these will be $229.99.
Brilliant, brilliant. That is fantastic. So if anybody would like to order one of these, give us a ring now, 01603 431 457. Call in the shop. They are decorated samples, but we do have a sheet with all the different colours on, and we'll be able to take your orders. Again, these aren't due out just yet?
No, I mean, we're saying conservatively Q1 2025.
Yeah.
We're hoping we can deliver them beforehand, but again, being our first O gauge project, we don't want to set expectations that they'll be here sooner rather than later. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's one of those things. It's better to promise long and deliver quick.
Yeah. Well, that's a problem we've had in the past, that people just say, when is the stuff coming?
Yeah.
When's it coming? When's it coming?
People just need to allocate their finances, don't they,
Absolutely,
for the hobby?
absolutely. Well, that's wonderful. Now, I'm sorry, these don't excite me very much.
That's exactly the reason, Anne.
They
These
are plain wagons.
These are mundane, these are common, these are, everybody will have these on the layout. I mean, these will hopefully sell by the bucket load. We're talking about mineral wagons that ran in 30, 40 wagon rates. They're as common as mud.
Are they not other manufacturers already making these though?
They are on the market,
Okay.
but this is our ACCURASCALE version. This is where we.
There you go. There's the money.
This is where we bring in the weight. This is where we bring in the added detail. This is where we bring in the interior detail.
Okay.
You know, side and end doors are moulded separately so that we can fit different versions. So on here, as you can see, we've got the die-cast base that adds weight to the model. You've then got the basic body, and as you can see here, we've got indoors missing, side doors missing, and this is where we've got 3 indoors that we can pop in, either fabricated or pressed versions. It's the same with the side doors as well. Excuse me, sir, would you just mind step into one side for the moment?
We're just doing a video, Trevor. That's all right.
It's
nice
good.
to have some interest.
It's good to see. Hey, in actual fact, this is Trevor. This is one of Anne's cousins. Come here, Trevor.
Come on, Trevor.
It's lovely to me, I'm Paul from
Yeah.
ACCURASCALE.
Yeah.
How are you?
I've ordered that Porterbrook Deltic.
That's good to
It's
hear.
on the
Brilliant,
way, yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
So we're just having a quick talk through of what we've got
Okay,
and
sorry.
everything. That's all right.
I'm
No.
very, very
You're going to be
sorry.
famous by the time you get home tonight.
Oh God. Okay, I'll have a look in a minute.
All right, Trevor, thank you.
Okay, this is bringing ACCURASCALE's version of the 16-ton mill.
Yeah.
Like I said, these are 10 a penny, plenty of options. At the beginning, we're doing the unfitted versions,
Yeah, yeah.
and then we will follow those with the fitted versions, and then we will go back and fill in the gaps and the different variations. But this is the type of thing that we're hoping modelers will buy by the dozen.
Yeah.
They'll come into the shop. They'll
Yeah.
be buying rakes of these. for
We
you.
sell loads of them.
Lovely money-making exercise.
This is why I was surprised that you were planning to do them again, because it's already a standard item in the range. But from what you're saying, ACCURASCALE are doing it, and they're doing it just that bit better.
But the addition is that they'll be coming in triple pack stands, so you can
Brilliant.
rake build far quicker and far more economically than you might do with buying single pack.
Are these available now for pre-order?
No, again, we're at the EP stage at the moment, so we're just waiting for the decorated samples to come in. So we're hoping that we're going to have an update available around the end of November, so Wally time.
Excellent, excellent. So we'll keep you updated on the mineral wagons as and when we get information. Now moving on, the Deltics. They've always been the modeller's choice.
They have, you know, and run 1 was so successful that
Yeah.
we've moved on to run 2, and this is where we fill in the gaps. This is where, you know, obviously there are a limited number of Deltics. It wasn't a huge class, and we've covered every loco from the class in the first run. But this is where we go back and we offer, you know, the same number in a different livery, or a different livery with a different number.
So if I can just pick this one up, this is the two-tone green. For me, this is the Deltic that I think of when I think of Deltic. I know we have a lot of BR Blue modelers, and then you've got the prettier liveries as well. But to me, the two-tone green is what I regard as the Deltic model. Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on. What name have you got on that one?
Well, do you know what? I haven't got my glasses on either. I wasn't ready for that, haven't you? You surprised me. So there we go. That's D9000.
Excellent. So again, these are available to pre-order. There is the green, there is the BR Blue with the full yellow ends.
What we were saying, I mean, when we say we move to second runs and we don't offer the same number and the same livery,
Okay.
with the Porterbrook, we've made an exception to that. So 9016 Gordon Highlander was so popular with the
Yeah.
first run, and I'm sure you found that
Absolutely,
yourself.
yeah, it's a
That-
stunning model, and
Yeah.
it stands out because it's completely different
So
to every other
yeah,
one.
we've included that in the second run.
Brilliant,
So
brilliant.
it seems to be the call for it, and of course it allows you, with the first run being, as it was our first model,
Yeah.
and being available just through us, it gives you a chance to offer it to customers that may not have picked it up in the first run.
It's great news because, you know, quite often people will say to us, why do they make limited runs? Why can't I get the old ones? So this is great news that you're redoing this one, and orders are available if you want to come and give us a ring. So moving on, something very modern.
Yeah, the Class 66s. As we all know, Hatton's produced the Class 66. It was an award-winning model. We had the chance to buy the tooling off of them,
Yep.
which we did. We knew that there was some issues, there were
Yep.
some things that needed improving on, which we've done. We've improved the tooling, and it's allowed us to model a whole new range of 66s.
Wonderful.
You know, it's the Black Five of the diesel era, isn't it? You know, there's so many liveries from the celebrity models through to the mundane liveries
Yeah.
themselves. So
They are just workhorses, aren't they?
Absolutely.
They will, and will they drag lots of your HAA wagons, I'm guessing?
oh yeah, I mean, you know, the traction on these is very, very impressive.
Yeah.
You know, it brings the same motoring, the same gearing as we've used with the Deltics, which, you know, we've run out of coaches on the test tracks, and with the Class 37. So again, it's in that same thing. So yeah, designed to haul long, heavy trains.
And it's nice to see, I know, please railway modelers don't shout at the screens, it's nice to see pretty liveries on locos. Sorry, I've said it, but these bring some bright colour to your layouts, and they're very popular with youngsters and older modellers alike. What have you got here?
Well,
more 37s, I hear.
More 37s.
Okay.
So the second run of the class 37s. Again, more liveries, more options, variety from with the head codes, with the noses, with the lighting. Not my project, but it takes it everywhere from the beginning with the green with small yellow ends, right the way through to charter rail services like with Harry Needle and everything in between. Dutch, BR, DRS, you name it, we'll cover it. And we will keep on covering it.
So if you're a tractor lover, ACCURASCALE is your best friend, surely.
It's nice to see the tractor boys out there, isn't it?
Yeah, and they've been very popular around East Anglia as well, because we've had them on the wherry lines, quite often rescuing the flirts when they break down. They bring in the 37s to drag them back again. A very popular model 37, always has been. ACCURASCALE done a fabulous job there. What else have you got to show us?
Next up, I mean, if we move again to the middle, class 31, you know, another staple of East Anglian rail. We've got EP there, and we've got decoration samples from the first run.
So there's no wheels on this?
No, that's just a body which has been done for decoration purposes.
Okay.
So if you can imagine that when it goes to the factory end, if they was to produce fully built up versions of everything, it would cost the factory quite a lot in terms of materials and motors and all the rest of it. So once we've got the EP built up and we've approved it, we've had the original decorated samples that we can test, and then when we expand that, the factory will send us bodies that are painted up just so that we can assess them for accuracy and colour.
So are these the first liveries that you're doing?
They are in, no, this is, sorry?
Green ones first.
Green ones first, of course it is. How did I miss that? Just as well I've got my marketing manager with me to point me right.
Richard's here today, but he's not on camera today. This is our gig, all right? So, yeah, so they're coming out very, very soon, I believe.
That's it. What we've got a phased introduction next year. So with the standard BR green and some of the blues, we're looking at Q1 next year. So arriving sometime February, March. Then we move into, if we say, the privatisation era and the various colours, that's Q2. And then as we go to Q3, we've got the exclusive livery. So that will be the retailer exclusives and our own website exclusive. And I know you don't want to hear about that because you can't sell those.
We can't sell the website exclusive, but of course they help ACCURASCALE produce such great models, and it gives another string to their bow, really, that there are models available direct through them, models available direct through the retailer. What is very exciting is there seems to be something new being planned all the time.
Absolutely, it's part and parcel. You know, we can't stay still in this business, but you know, as far as your customers are concerned, 31s will be turning up Q1 and Q2.
Yeah. So again, if you need to order them, please let us know. What we have to do with a lot of our companies is order 18 months, 2 years in advance. So we're placing our orders. We always buy extra for the shop. However, the popular items sell out before the item even gets to the shop. So please, please, please pre-order anything that you've seen here today, or anything that you know that is coming. The sooner you order it, the better chance you've got of getting it.
Support your local model shop. Get in
Thank
there
you.
and get
We're
your
all about that.
orders sorted out as quickly as you can.
Brilliant.
It also gives you time to save up and replace and cost it out in the meantime.
And it's the same for us as it is for you guys. You know, there's a lot coming out in one go. We have to budget just like you guys have to budget. So make sure that you know what you want, you know the price, and you are prepared for it when it comes in. It's awful when we ring someone and they say, oh, I didn't know it's coming today, I haven't got the money for it, and we have to let it go to someone else. So order it and make sure you're ready for when it comes in. Anything
else? A couple of things we missed. I mean, if we're talking class 31s, then we have to turn our attention to the Mark 1 Suburban coaches, and we've got these here. Now, these are the final decoration samples, so this is the stage just as where we finalise and we approve production.
So these are imminent?
These are imminent, yes, they're in production at the moment, and we're looking probably to tie in with the 31s, end of Q1, Q2 period.
Yeah.
Now these, as you know, again, staples on particularly sort of Cambridge, Royston into King's Cross.
Can I just have a look at one?
Go on,
Yeah,
have a look
I
at
mean,
one.
they really are superb. I've been looking at them from a distance and I'm so impressed with all the detail. You've got all the detail underneath as well. It's not just a pretty coach to look at. You've got every part that is on the real part is on the model. So these really are superb.
And of course we've gone to town. The roofs are removable on most of the range.
Yeah.
Individual compartments, seats, signage, luggage racks.
Are these lit?
These are lit as well, as
Wow.
standard.
As standard.
As standard.
Fantastic. Because the model now wants more and more detail, and to have lit coaches is absolutely superb. Now these are slightly bigger coaches.
These are the Mark II Cs.
Okay.
So we've got the Mark II Bs approaching delivery now. These will follow on as quick. They're in production at the factory now. So we are looking at delivery around Q2, Q3 next year. So they'll follow hard on the heels of the Mark II Bs.
So as something comes out, the next thing is in the production line.
Absolutely, and of course the thing with both the Mark II Bs and the Mark II Cs, although we haven't got any here, is that they're shared across the UK and the Irish ranges. So our sister company, which is Irish Railway Models, we've got Irish versions coming as well. So there's a constant flow through. So whilst there might be a gap between your shop seeing the Mark II Bs and the Mark II Cs, in the meantime, the Irish models are coming in as well, so it's a constant flow of,
so you're busy.
Of stock
You're
coming
busy
through.
basically.
Just a little bit. Yes.
So when people say, well, what are you doing? You're
What
not
you
just
do-
sitting at home doing nothing, you're planning the next
No,
thing.
most of the time anyway. When we're not playing with models or reading books and all the rest of it.
Brilliant.
And then that just leaves us with the one model really to mention. This is the Class 89.
Now, I've heard a lot of excitement about this. Has anybody previously made this model?
No, this is a new one.
Wow.
This is a joint venture between us and Rails of Sheffield. It was a one-off experimental locomotive used for hauling coaches up and down the East Coast Main Line.
Okay.
But unlike most experimental models, it went through a number of phases. So it went through from BR to privatisation, and it covered thousands of miles in service.
Am I right in thinking this is what they call the Badger?
That's right, indeed.
See, I do.
And
listen.
everyone
I
loves
do
a
pay
Badger,
attention.
don't they?
Everyone loves a Badger. So that is the Badger one. And are you saying that's only available through Rails of Sheffield?
No, and ourselves directly through our website.
Okay.
Of course, if any of you, it's one of those ventures that to get it to market, we had to go exclusively with it.
Sure.
But any of your customers, they're quite welcome. If I might, if you want to go to ACCURASCALE.com, on this occasion, come to us. We'll order it. I'm sure you can help.
We will help us both.
Any customers that will need help.
Absolutely. Brilliant. Banana wagons.
Banana wagons.
Again, sorry, they're in the same category for me as the 16 ton mineral wagons. A standard model.
A standard model, used for carting bananas around. They were steam heated, so the idea was, bananas would come from the Caribbean. Their ripening would be held back whilst it was on board ship. Gets into ports like Southampton and Bristol. Still quite green, and then are distributed by rail, and these are steam heated then to boost the ripening.
So they put the heat on and the bananas still think they're in the
That's
Caribbean.
it, and they start to
Brilliant.
ripen because
So when they get to Sainsbury's, they're ready for us to eat.
that's it.
Brilliant.
So we go from mid 1930s with the SR versions, and then we go through. They were in use through the BR period, and then the wagons when banana traffic stopped, the wagons were then used mainly as header vehicles, barrier vehicles, if you like, for haulage, particularly in South Wales with the coal trains.
Brilliant. So again, another very popular.
Another popular.
Bits
It's
wagon.
another one of those things, really mundane but really useful on a layout.
And again, are you selling them in 3 packs?
They're coming in triple packs, yes.
Excellent.
Again, so it's that
Excellent.
ability to build a rake of wagons quickly.
Well, I think we've covered just about everything,
I
haven't we?
think so, eh?
I
Yes.
think we've done the whole table. Thank you very much for coming.
That's quite
so
all right.
excited. I think we need a rest, don't
I
you?
think we need a cuppa now.
I think we
don't
need
you?
a cuppa, yeah. So thank you.